portfolio looks like assignments. Your portfolio looks like you've been studying with one person for way too long. And it really fleshed out what I was doing a lot. Learned how to make paper. I learned a little bit of photolitho, and with that new portfolio, I got in at University of Texas at Austin, where I did my graduate work, which is a sweet deal. You get your studio, you get your TA the whole time, and a little stipend. Fantastic. Upon graduating there, again, I found myself without a press. And Austin has actually a really great print community. There's Sam Coronado's press, which is silkscreen mostly. And he's mostly a collaborative press, so he invites artists in. There's Slugfest, which is a community press. And Slugfest is, rent time. We've got one of the only French tool litho presses I've ever seen, and a nice big French tool. It's a really great space. Tom and Margie are at the conferences almost always at SGC. Tom's in a wheelchair, so he's easy to recognize. That press is awesome. And then the place that I went to work for eventually, my MFA thesis show is, fairly ambitious color etching, was a place called Flatbed Press, which is a publishing studio. And so I sort of interned and apprenticed with a woman named Catherine Brimberry, who is an amazing, amazing printmaker. And she's also an amazing personality to work with artists. She's, she gets into their mind, lets them express themselves really, really well. And I really kind of fell in love with that way of working. So my personal work is kind of split 50-50 between publishing people and doing my own thing. Oh, we won't have whites. It'll be okay. Mike, do you have whiting?
I have whiting?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to do this. You guys are going to look at me like, what are they doing?
Are you talking about, actually open that cabinet right behind you, down there, and pull out one of those big cans. And ask if that's what he's looking for.
Close.
Okay, magnesium carbonate, as close as I could come to whiting. I don't think there is.
So anyway,
You got your pre-wetted paper there, huh?
pre-wetted paper. And this is the one that's my test because I marked the back of the paper with my T and bar, so it's not going to be straight. I should have loaded on the other side. So I was practicing.
Yeah. This way can go.
We'll still have some dramatic flair, I'm sure.
I had brand new felts for him. He brought his own.
How about that?
These are my felts.
Yeah.
They come in groups. Okay, so this is a photogravure that they made a while back. It's digital, and of course, because I've knocked everything out of it. And one of the things we're going to do today is to transfer this image so it becomes an acid resist on a second plate. So you can use the actual image itself as the acid resist. So to recap what we're doing, first is my 2 cents in on the Xerox transfer method. Everybody's got their method. This is going to be my method. Solvent-free, just uses heat, and it works really pretty well. And the genesis for what I was doing in this demonstration, if I can get to my computer, came from an essay that Trenton Doyle Hancock wrote. You guys know who he is? He's an everything artist. So, he does stuff. He recently curated a show at IPCNY up in Chelsea, and you have a curatorial statement. And in his curatorial statement, he kind of wrote it from like not a printmaker point of view, but I love prints. And he wrote this kind of intuitive, rambling essay that's really fantastic. The thing that interests me most about making prints is how it slows down my hand. Each time I return to the print, I'm re-educated in the ways of patience, and we all know that. You got to do it twice. You got to do it backwards. You got to do it again. The process of creation becomes methodical in a way that's different from drawing. I trade immediacy for reflection. When making prints, time operates differently for me. I use the print lab as a testing ground, a site to investigate possibilities. Then he goes on to say, I offer to the print everything that I've learned from painting, drawing, and other residues. The print is omnivorous. Its play edges are polymorphous. But the print is smarter than you ever give it credit for. And that's something that I really love. The plate is something that can offer you back reflection about what you're doing. So in the process of making something, etching lots of different textures into the plate, coming around with different types of hands like photographic, drawing, all sorts of things. You can cluster together a way of making marks that you can't do any other way. So that was the point of entry for what I wanted to talk about. And, photogravure, you have to love doing it because it's poisonous and it's difficult and it betrays you and it does all sorts of things kind of crooked. And there's polymer plates which look really good. So the polymer plates is a great entry point. But everybody can do a Xerox transfer, and everybody can use these materials in a way to keep mark making into one kind of location. And so we have an hour and a half roughly. We can do a transfer, we can do a heat transfer, and I wanted to show some of the work that we've been publishing recently, and some of our student work. Sound good? Mm-hmm. Okay. So now that my hands are dirty, we'll start handling prints. Let's go next door, and you see there's a line of prints on one table. If you guys get on the other side of that, we'll look through some of that.
That water's real hot.
Good. I like that.